And National is promising to get tough on gangs and youth offenders as it hit the campaign trail in earnest today. Leader Judith Collins announced their law and order policy in Taupō today. She promised a special unit, but the name Strike Force Raptor is gone. But Labour leader Jacinda Ardern says increasing the number of police is the best way to reduce gang crime. Here's our camera team with political reporter Yvette McCullough.
Judith Collins campaigning in Waikato this afternoon with a promise that National will make the streets safer.
We are the party of law and order.
National revealed its law and order policies in Taupō today, which includes plans to tighten border controls to prevent drugs entering the country and expand the use of alcohol in drug courts. The party is also keeping up its long-held promise to crack down on gangs, which includes giving the police greater powers to search the homes and cars of gang members for guns, introduce tougher sentences for gang-related crime, and ban all gang insignia in public places. And the controversial specialised police unit, better known as the Strike Force Raptor unit, is back.
We use very plain language here in the National Party. It is the gang unit.
The party's Justice spokesperson Simon Bridges says the police will receive more funding to set up the unnamed unit, which will target gangs.
It's going after the gangs, harassing and disrupting them every day and making sure the police have the resources to do it.
Collins and her campaign team travelled across Waikato, visiting small towns, popping into cafes to speak to locals. Flat white drinking Ms Collins, opting for something less caffeinated in te rao.
Occasionally I have Earl Grey tea instead to make sure I'm because I get very excited.
Locals in the small Waikato town excited too, with many lining up to get copies of Ms Collins' book signed.
Thank you so much, it's going to make us day.
Yes, I do. And look at people love my book.
Which is a good topic. Thank you.
Jacinda Ardern was campaigning in Whanganui today, flanked by hopeful Steph Lewis and Te Taihauru incumbent Adrian Ruriwhi. Ms Ardern says she's hopeful Ms Lewis can take the Whanganui seat, and she isn't concerned about Mr Ruriwhi's re-election chances, despite standing against Māori Party co-leader Debbie Ngariwa-Paka.
Adrian is very well regarded here, and for good reason. He's an exceptional MP.
On a walkabout of Whanganui's town centre, many locals were pleased to see Ms Ardern.
We'll be all voting for you again.
Very kind.
That's wonderful.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. That's very kind.
Thank you. And you're going to get in.
Oh,
because I'm going to vote for the first time, because I don't want the other side.
While in Whanganui, Ms Ardern visited QSI, who produced the N95 masks used by the country's health professionals. She says she wanted to visit to thank them for their work in response to COVID-19.
They've essentially doubled their capacity, secured materials and supplies to carry them through to the end of the year, and brought on extra staff to be able to look after everyone. So I just wanted to acknowledge the work that they've done.
Ms Ardern was dismissive of National's law and order promises, saying that the key to reducing gang crime is more frontline police.
And that, I believe, is what will make the biggest difference. Unfortunately, under Judith Collins, we saw a decrease in police. And so that, to me, is the fundamental foundation of any response to increases in gang activity.
New Zealand First Leader Winston Peters was in Palmerston North today, speaking to a luncheon at Awapuni Racecourse. He says National's law and order promises sound good until you look at National's track record when Judith Collins was Police Minister.
And during that time they ran down the strike force, they ran down the numbers per 1,000. In fact, the police were seriously underfunded. So it's one thing to make promises. We need to ask ourselves, but will they hold up that promise when they get into power?
However, Ms Collins has previously said claims the National Government didn't put more cops on the beat are rubbish. Mr Peters is promising New Zealand First law and order policy will be announced very shortly. For Checkpoint, Yvette McCullough.